Hello, this is Andreas from Nordic Tarot, and I've got 3 readings for you for the first 2 weeks of September. And please remember that even the 2 more specific readings, the love and the work reading, they are still general. So if they do not resonate, I'm sorry, but hopefully at least one of the 3 will. And you'll find more information about how to contact me and on the decks I'm using in the description. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy your readings. Hello Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising. Since these are the first batch of videos I'm making, I'm just quickly going to explain how I read the spread, and then we just get into it. So I pulled 3 different cards for 3 different areas of your life. The top one's general, the middle one's love, and the bottom one is work. Then I also pull an oracle card, and the oracle card is kind of the overarching energy for all the readings. That's how I connect the cards. Okay, so for you I pulled number 32, here and now. The essential meanings are being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. And the oracle's message for the general reading is everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. That's a very nice message, but I understand if it's difficult. I have an incredibly difficult time living in the now. I'm always thinking about something I used to do, or something I don't do anymore, or something I did do that was embarrassing in some way, or I'm thinking about where I want to be and cursing myself for not being there already. There's so many things like that. And your first card is the Two of Pentacles, which is a card that has a very focused energy. There's a lot of actual energy, effort put into it as well. It's this person juggling these 2 pentacles, and I can imagine it takes a lot of effort and focus. I'm sure this dapper jester is definitely having to concentrate. So what this concentration or effort can sometimes cost us is that we can perhaps neglect our feelings, or maybe we just don't have time, or maybe we just don't think about it, because behind this person is the sea or a lake, or there's a body of water, and water represent our feelings, whereas he's very concentrated on these 2 pentacles. So it's something, it can be work, or it's something tangible, it's something very grounded and not so esoteric or intangible as feelings. So I can see what the 2 of Pentacles is kind of saying with if you're so focused on something, if you're so into something, it might be difficult to just be, if that makes sense. And I understand, sometimes that's a great thing to do, just concentrating on the thing that you're actually doing. And of course, that's one way of being in the now, but is it being present? And I do feel like the here and now is kind of saying just reflect on the fact that you are here in the present now. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? But then the more you ask those types of questions, the further away from the now you get, in a way. Because then you're oh, I do like where I am now. Oh, why? Oh, because this thing that happened in the past. Or, oh, I'm worried. Oh, why? Because something I'm thinking about that's going to happen in the future, maybe. Because your next card is the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is very much about being trapped in our thoughts, or being stuck in our thoughts. Because the picture is this woman who's inside of a circle made of swords, and swords are thoughts, but she's also wearing a blindfold, which means that she does not know what action to take, or how to move, or where to turn, because she's afraid she'll get cut. So this is being stuck in our own thoughts. I often pull this because I worry about things in the future all the time, and this is the card I usually pull for myself when I'm freaking out about something that's not even begun to happen. The possibility of it happening has not even arrived yet, because I think 500 steps ahead, and I'm oh, I hope that 500th thing doesn't happen, but I haven't even taken a step for the first problem to arise, so I'm not even dealing with that. So I'm not sure because I understand the 2 Pentacles is great energy in many ways. That is concentration, and you're you're doing your work and you're doing what you're supposed to. And Virgos are great at that anyway. But I feel the 2 Pentacles is just kind of reminding you that there are other aspects as well that might pass us by if we're too concentrated on one area. And then I feel that is amplified with the 8 of Swords energy, talking about being stuck in our thoughts. But then you have the Lovers, and of course the Lovers can mean many different things. It can mean a head or heart decision. It can be about a couple. It can be about just love. It can be about meeting someone. It's also a soulmate card. But what I feel it is in this reading, I feel like the thing that is very pronounced to me is just the love aspect of the lovers, that there is love, maybe love for what you do, or maybe love for yourself, or love where you are. Maybe it does come across as appreciation. And I'm not saying, oh, Virgo, you just have to be appreciative. Just appreciate where you are, no matter your situation. That's not what I'm saying. But yes, we do have parts of our lives that are difficult, or that we don't agree with, or that we don't like, but there are usually some things that we do like about it. We like ourselves, or we like our jobs, or they don't always mesh. But I think mostly because I do this a lot personally, and I'm not a Virgo, so I'm not saying I know exactly how you think, but personally I have a tendency to focus on the things that I've lost, or that have gone wrong, or are not to my liking. And I understand that I still have good things in my life, but because of the bad things, or the things that I view as being bad for me, or have been bad to me, the good things in my life have a lessened effect. And that's something that is difficult to do sometimes, when yes, something bad happened, but that doesn't mean that this good thing is less good. So, and again with the Two of Pentacles, this balanced energy. But we're going to move on to your love reading. And the relationship message that the Here and Now has for you is, it's easy to yearn for a love affair or a friendship you may not have right now. One that is more romantic, more fun, more reliable, and more passionate. The good old days are gone, and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. The now is all that is available to you. Stay present and aware that in this moment, as you cherish and approve of your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to Spirit and feel the joy of love in the here and now. So again, that's quite of an intense message, and the cards I'm seeing kind of speak to the look into the future and thinking back to the past thing that the Here and Now Oracle cards talk about. Like, for example, the Six of Swords. There is a low level of grief associated with this card, but it's like we're moving away from it. It's something that happened and we're moving away from it. But it is this, okay, I'm going to get in my Six of Swords boat or ferry, or however you want to look at it, and I'm going to go someplace else. And that someplace else will most likely be somewhere in the future, that there is a journey. Even if the journey is currently happening, the destination is still in the future. And again, swords, so that's our thoughts. So I get this feeling that even if there is this journey going on, then maybe focusing on the goal of the journey is what's going on. Like, am I going to end up there? When am I going to show up? How is it going to go? Am I going to be satisfied? And then the next card you have is the Six of Cups, which is about nostalgia, happy memories. It's a soulmate card. It can be someone coming back from the past, but the essence of it is that it's about the past. It's about something that's already happened. Usually, most likely, happy memories. And like the Oracle message said, the good old days are gone and a new day has dawned. So if there has been all of this like nostalgia and think back on the past and happy memories, but then the third card you have is the Eight of Wands, which is a card of fast communication. It's a lot of information, very clear information, so nothing gets jumbled up. But it's also a card that speaks of speed. So it is quite a swift energy. And I don't know about you, but I sometimes get this feeling that I'm like with the Six of Cups, for example, when I'm thinking about where I was in the past, maybe I was thinking about it and I was very happy and I wish I was there still. So it's kind of this holding on to aspect, like I wish time wasn't moving. I get the sense of it like slowing down a little bit. And the same thing with the Six of Swords, thinking about this goal you have, and maybe you wake up in the morning and feel like, oh, did I get closer to my goal yesterday? Did I spend my day in a way that gets me closer to where I want to be? And then of course, if you feel like you aren't, then that would also make things feel like they're slow and trudging. But then the Ace of Wands is kind of saying to me anyway, with the other cards and the Oracle card, that if you wanted to or were able to not be so focused on the future and the past, then the present would be speeding up. I'm not saying it would speed out of control, because it's very important to remember about the Ace of Wands that even though it's fast communication and fast information and just a fast energy, it's very clear. You can clearly see all the wands. You can, like, if someone's talking to you, you don't have to read between the lines because what they're saying is what they mean. And I feel like that's what it's kind of encouraging you to do. And of course, it's completely understandable to be thinking to the future and remembering the past. But maybe, again, it's just saying that appreciate the present as well. Appreciate where you are now and what's happening and take it all in while you're here. For the work reading, your prosperity message is, what you're working on now is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Focus not on meeting a goal in the far-off future, but on creating your dream now. Releasing your desire for an outcome and owning that it already exists. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important than the form. When you are immersed in prosperous thoughts, you automatically tune in to a sense of timelessness and unlimited potential. You can act as if, in spite of temporary outer conditions, you are prosperous at this moment. What you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. That's an amazing message. And you have some amazing cards to go along with it. You have the Magician. The prosperity message is talking about things materializing as if by magic. It talks about what you think now becomes your reality. The Magician is a master manifester. He has everything he needs to do what he wants. And this is you, Virgo. You are the Magician. You're full of magic right now. King of Cups. So it can be a water energy person, it can be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces, or it can be you exhibiting these energies right now. I kind of get the feeling that this isn't you. Who would the King of Cups be? The King of Cups would be someone who is a master of his emotions, like still waters run deep. He's a very deep kind of person, he's very connected to his feelings, but he's also someone who would bring emotional stability to you. So maybe he's a colleague, or maybe he's someone who, like, maybe he's your partner at home and it's like, I really believe in what you're doing with work. Of course, it can still be you. It can, maybe you're feeling like the King of Cups. You're very in touch with your feelings and how you feel about something, or you feel like you have quite a great emotional stability when it comes to work. Of course, the King of Cups is also, you know, he is water, so there's a lot of intuition as well. And yes, I've been saying him and he and the King of Cups, but even, especially since this is a general, even if you are a woman or if you have a lot of feminine energy, you can still show up as the King of Cups. It's the same with men or people who have a lot of male energy can still show up as the Queen. And of course, especially true for these general readings because it tries to get the message out to as many people as possible. But the next card you have is the Six of Wands. So it's a victory card. It's recognition. Someone recognizes, maybe this is you feeling victorious and recognizing that, yes, this is me, I'm here right now and this is what I've done, and I see in the present what I have and what I possess as far as like these magician energies. But maybe it's someone recognizing you for all the hard work you put in. And like, just imagine if you walk into a room and you feel all victorious and like there's been a victory, people are going to react to that. It's like, oh, you're looking quite pleased with yourself, or you're looking quite happy. What's going on? And you're like, well, as a matter of fact, I'm a victor. Like, people would most likely notice. So you have the Magician, this amazing manifestation powers. You have the King of Cups, can be someone who's like bringing emotional stability. Maybe this is you like dreaming, being like, oh, how do I feel about this? Maybe this is you in your prosperous thoughts. And then you have the Six of Wands with a victory and recognition. And whether it's you recognizing yourself or someone else recognizing you, you know, that we'll have to see. But these three cards with the prosperity message you got from Here and Now are fantastic. I feel a lot of stability, a lot of power. Like, Virgo, you can do this. I'm so excited for you, Virgos. So those were your readings for the first 2 weeks of September. And like I said in the reading, these are my first videos. I know they're not perfect, and I would love some feedback. If you have any opinions on how I did, or if there's anything that I could do better, I'd love to hear it. Thank you very much for watching this video.